to utilize those resources. That's what goes on. You hear about these big corporations. You ever heard the term idle capacity? Sound familiar?
Yeah.
It's excess resources. And you as individual entrepreneurs and small businesses, when you come together in a collaborative environment, you can pool your resources. Now suddenly there isn't a shortage of anything. The challenge that you have as a small business owner and entrepreneur is the fact that there's hundreds of thousands of us out there. How the heck are we all going to interconnect and figure out what we're all doing? Okay, it's getting better, but it's also challenging. And that's what CEOSpace is. We're building a huge network. It is a huge network. Tens of thousands of businesses and entrepreneurs that come together, from people who are just starting out to public companies and everything in between. And the purpose of it is to get together and say, look, we can all work together to build a bigger pie. We offer collaboration, expertise, resources that you can't find anywhere else. You say, wait a minute, Rand, this sounds too good to be true. I don't believe it. I don't think it can happen. CEOSpace has been around for 21 years. Bernie and I go back since before he founded the company. So if you've got any questions, please let me know. I've still been around. I don't get paid to go to CEOSpace. Okay, I go there because I believe in the process, just like every other instructor that I work with believes in the process. We're there to sit there, teach, coach, and mentor. That's what we do. Okay? Ideally, it will ultimately grow into a relationship that will become a business relationship. And we can all get compensated for our time. But first and foremost, we're there to teach, consult, and advise. Why? Because we want to offer you an expert pool, expertise. Part of the challenge in this day, is it easy to you lay out your plans, do your marketing, execute on, everything goes along just like you think it's going to go, right?
Yeah.
Write down the 6 months I'm going to be here, a year I'm going to be here, that, right? That's how it goes.
Yeah.
Or is it more like 1 month I'm here, 2nd month I'm 6 steps back here, 3rd month I turn right, now I'm on the left, and I don't know where I am, and now the whole thing has gone sideways. Sounds a little more familiar, right? It's very easy to get knocked off track in this day and age, and I'm here to tell you that's why CEOSpace has 5 conferences a year as a resource. Okay, we have companies that come back there 5 times a year. Why? They bring their team back, they bring their resources, they bring their plans, they talk about what worked, what doesn't work. What do you think big corporations do when they bring these people in from all over their different divisions around the world? They do the same thing. Except you don't have the luxury of corporate jets and big divisions and lots of division heads to do it, do you? Who does? Who does? Who's got all these? What about your market research department to tell you what's going on? Who's got the market research department? Nobody? Well, how the heck are you going to figure out where you're going? No market research? These are the kind of challenges that entrepreneurs have, and that's why coming into an organization, I can't tell you what it's like to be in the brain power room of 3 or 4 or 500 people who you're meeting 1, 10 at a time, 20 at a time, and suddenly you're getting input on things that you never even thought about. You're learning about new markets and applications for your products and services you never even thought about. You're meeting people doing things in different areas that have a natural synergy with what you're doing that you never even thought about. And I can assure you that your head will start to hurt after about 3 days of that. And it's a good hurt, it's not a bad hurt. And I can tell you that there's some people that come there with businesses and completely tore up the business plan after 3 days and recalibrated the whole damn thing. They said, holy cow, I'm so out of whack of where the market is going. How could you ever find out about that operating in a void of just sitting here localized in a global economy, in a global marketplace, in a marketplace that's changing? You can't. There's no way. That's why I make it a point. Every 5 weeks, I'm on the road, regardless. I have clients. I have deadlines. I'm on the phone with people in New York expecting to get things done. I said, I'm traveling. And it stresses me out to be here, but I'm here because I know the value of it. I'll handle the business. I've got time. I can break away, just like everybody else. People say, well, I can't afford that time. Can you afford not to make the time? I mean, where's the market going? If you've reached where you need to reach and everything's going along fine, why are you sitting here? Why are you learning about CEOSpace? The answer is because there is opportunity out there. There are challenges that you're facing, and you need to take some action on it, and that's what CEOSpace is about. A-C-T-I-O-N, action. You're not going to sleep much at CEOSpace. I can assure you of that. But there's a reason for that. I'm not talking about staying up late, dancing the night away. You'll be dancing all right, but it's making presentations and being in presentations and having some discussions and learning about all the good, bad, and ugly that goes on within yours and everybody else's. We have a philosophy at CEOSpace, it's better to give than receive. When you go to CEOSpace, the first question I ask you is, who are you and what do you need? What are you doing and what do you need next? Who are you, what do you need, and what do you need next? Some people come through that, I ask them that question, they go back, holy cow, what are you doing? Why would you ask me that? It's a simple question I want to know. Because the answer is this: the more successful you are, the more successful we are as a whole. You go to a networking event, everybody's going around, so what's your business card? Can I have your card? Can I have your card? Can I have your card? Great. Do you want to buy my product? Do you want to buy my product? How productive is that? It's not. What's a good network worth? What's a good network worth? What builds a good network? Relationship. You've got to have a. What do you do business with? Somebody on a business card or somebody you know? Who do you invest in? Somebody on a card or somebody you know? It's somebody you know. What does it take to get to know somebody? An hour at a cocktail party, having a few drinks, saying, hi, how are you? No, it takes time. All right? It takes a lot of time. Especially if you try to do it in an environment where you've got to contend with everything else. It can take you months and years. What if I told you you could go to an environment where it could be done in as little as 5 days? And it can only be done because you pull yourself up out of this and get focused in an environment where breakfast, lunch, and dinner, in the evenings, and the mornings, you are engaged. And you are meeting people, and you are going beyond your name and phone number and profession on the business card. Okay, I can't tell you how many meetings I have where you're suddenly talking to somebody and it dawns on you that the high school friend that you stayed in touch with, who's the president of this corporation, is a major connection for somebody. Had nothing to do with their current business or my current business. But to be able to get to that point, why do people go out and play golf? To build relationships. Why is it so important to build relationships? Some of the biggest business deals not come because we're sitting across the table negotiating a thing. Some of the biggest business deals come because we form a relationship. Suddenly we discover we have something in common. More importantly, we discover we both got a passion or a deal that's brewing that if we brought them together would create a huge deal. And the only way we discover that is through building a relationship. So when we talk about building a network that is valued, your net worth is equal to your net worth. It has to do with the relationship. What is the value of those relationships? That's what CEOSpace. I have thousands of relationships through CEOSpace. People know me. They know me. You go to CEOSpace, I'm the licensing guy. You need anything about licensing, go see Randy's the licensing guy. All right? It's been developed over years and years and years. And I don't, take my network lightly. I cultivate it. Because that's what it's all about. Networking has grown so dramatically. You look around you, again, going back to social media. What is MySpace, Facebook, LinkedIn? What are all these things? They're all a component of networking. How many people are on LinkedIn? How many people are not? Get on LinkedIn. I'm serious. It's a very, very powerful tool. But these are all elements. I'm in New York City. I could go to 5 networking events a night. Sometimes I've done 5 or 6 a week. And I'll tell you, it's a lot of hard work, but I can't tell you how productive it's been. Okay, networking has boomed in the United States tremendously. It's been bigger outside the United States, but now it's all about networking. Everybody is engaging. There's networking groups. You go to Meetup. They're starting every day. They're niching out. They're going into super niches. Okay, it's all about networking because people are engaging now. It's all about your network. Your network is what provides you with the inside information. That's what it is. The value of your network is how well your network can provide you with the value, with the inside information. The inside information of opportunities, where the markets are. You've got to understand what's going on. If you don't have a market research department, if you don't have people that can provide you with that information,